Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 16th of April. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
Gary, another busy weekend in Melbourne. The market is up and about. It's a challenge though at the moment, isn't it?
It is a challenge. Not everything's flying like it was, Philip. We've got to work a bit more for our sales.
I was having a chat with a vendor that's going to be selling with us in a couple of months' time who had an observation about the marketplace is that his observation was that there are buyers out there, but he felt that vendors were probably sitting a little bit above where the market is.
Well, I think, what have we seen in the last 18 months? Rising prices. So, if something's worth 2 million, a vendor said, well, I want 2.1. And by the time the auction came around, they got it. And then they said, well, I want 2.2. The next, well, it's no longer like that, Phil. It's stopped going up, hasn't it? It's about market imbalance now.
So this is a market, viewers, where if the vendors have got their price expectations under control and are in line with the market, then we're seeing positive response and we're seeing sold stickers on board. What we are, though, seeing is that if a vendor has over expectations, inflated expectations, or expectations that are just above the market, those are the ones that are missing out generally.
Indeed, I'd say they are, Philip, or they're certainly going to have to take a long time to understand where the market's at.
Having said that, there are still some really good properties that are actually sitting there unsold.
Well, I want to talk about that too, Phil. I've got that as a point of business.
We've got a couple from the weekend that I think are incredibly good buyers.
I reckon so too, and I've got that as a point, because we don't compare notes or plan, it just all happens off the handle.
Unscripted viewers?
All off the handle, Phil. And last year, I got in trouble the other day because last week's show came out a bit late, and Michael and Julie, I won't say their surname, but you know who you are, they like to watch the show, and I think they snuggle up into bed, Phil, and watched it on Tuesday night, and it came a bit late for them.
What happened last Tuesday?
I don't know, it came out a bit late for some reason. Hey, by the way, this is our 7th year on the dot. 7 years today.
7 years today at GPTV.
Happy birthday, happy birthday,
GPTV.
7
for
years.
A show that for a show that we weren't sure would make 7 episodes.
Exactly right.
7 years, that is unbelievable.
There you go, Phil.
Actually, if we look at some footage from the first one, you're going to see the damage that the sun and age has
had on your face,
taken to us. But let's just quickly get that up on screen now. Let's pull it down because it's embarrassing.
Yeah, better not.
But Gary, the market I think is definitely in. What are you doing?
I've got something. Look, it's sticking out from my sleeve.
I must say that you look dishevelled today. You need a haircut and no tie, because on the way in you dropped your tie in the gutter.
That's a true story. I got a bit panicked because I was out the front and the tie went and now it's all wet. So anyway, let's just talk about some of the results. Phil, with all of that little sort of message that we had about, not at GPTV latency, but about the market, there are still some unbelievably competitive properties. Like I auctioned on Saturday morning with Joel Sir, a property in Estelle Road, Phil. The reserve was 300 and I think it was 360 or thereabouts, top of the range, around that price, Philip. It sold for $440,500. 5 bidders went nuts.
Viewers, this was a sub 40 square metre apartment, which is generally a little bit more difficult because they're a little bit more difficult to get financing on.
Phil.
Having said that, the point of difference with this apartment was it had a very, very large courtyard garden, and we've said on GPTV episodes as late as last week or as recent as last week that courtyards do add value, and there was a classic case of the courtyard adding, I reckon, $50,000, $60,000.
At least, Phil. But so get yourself a courtyard because they can make a big difference. Philip, 4 at 70 Truganini Road, Carnegie, another competitive auction, sold for $800,000. Well done to Leo and Aviv there, who took that one to the market amidst competitive bidding. Phil, Sunday at 105 Kooyong Road, another hot auction. A property that we thought we might get around 144 thereabouts. The reserve was 1.4, which is right in the middle of our range. We were very nice and compliant there, Phil. Right in the middle. 135 to 145 was the range. 1.4 was reserved. Lo and behold, sold for $1,555,000. A hot and competitive auction.
I'm looking at that little sector of the market, that 1.3 to 1.5 range.
It seems to be strong there, Phil.
Seems to be quite a lot of activity in that range.
Yet 17 Reed Street, Marambina has not been sold. We did shoot GPTV from there. I think that's a raging hot buy, Phil.
Speaking of hot buyers, there is a fabulous house that we didn't sell on Saturday, although I don't think it'll take us too long. Number 4A Denbigh Road in Armadale, one of the area's best addresses.
It is.
And the most fabulous house on a really good parcel of land.
It is.
Just under 600 square metres.
So, I mean, if there was no house there, what would that sell for?
I reckon for probably the same price that we're going to sell it for.
It's a free house. We're giving away free houses to celebrate 7 years.
Incredible opportunity there, Gary. So, viewers, one thing that I would say is focus on the properties that get passed in at auction on the weekend.
That's it. Go to pass-ins or go away from them?
No, go straight to them.
Yeah.
Because more often than not, the vendors have become much more realistic about the selling price.
Yes.
And they do represent just incredible value. That's witnessed by how quickly we do sell them after auction.
Yes.
Most of them, viewers, are sold within a week or two of the auction.
Well, we talk about, even Park Street, Alswick, the house there. We shot GPTV from there. Auction came along, nothing, bubkus, zero, nothing going on. You would think, what's wrong with this home? There was nothing wrong with the house. It was a great house, just didn't happen to have a buyer on the day. And of course, sold.
And a shout out to our vendors of that home that are in Coffs Harbour, probably watching GPTV. Roger and Michelle. Lovely people. Took all of our advice. I felt a little bit sorry for them, given the fact that they were
didn't happen on the day.
They were a bit away from the location. But lovely people. A shout out and thank you very much for the opportunity of representing you.
Congratulations to you. Well done, Phil. We've got a smorgasbord of properties coming up this weekend. Actually, not such a busy weekend, but still some good stuff. But here we are.
April is a bit of a quiet month.
It's a funny month, isn't it?
Because we've got school holidays, we've got Anzac Day. There's a lot happening that is disruptive.
It's a month of opportunity, Phil. There's still some great houses on the market. And I agree with you. I just want to go back to it because I had the sort of heading was go to or go away from past ins. I think go to past ins.
There's no question. No question. And speaking of go to, how bad was the Melbourne Football Club yesterday? On Sunday.
I could only dream that Carlton could play as well and lose by as little as a margin as that.
Do you know what? A shout out to the Melbourne Football Club. This 2018 was going to be a year.
What about the Navy Blues?
All I can tell you, who cares? Carlton, they're finished for years. But Melbourne's meant to be this is the renaissance year for Melbourne. Just shocking. I hate football
Someone said the other day that Carlton's still getting suffered for going over the salary cap or whatever. They're still getting punished for it. So you just don't prosper, do you, when you cheat, Philip? No. I've been telling you that for years. Anyway, let's just get into some of the properties that we've got coming up this weekend. But before we do...
That joke must have been funny because even the cameraman then was laughing.
I know.
And I don't think a cameraman has ever laughed in the entire 7 years of us attempting to make a joke.
We made history. 7 years of history. Phil.
Obviously a very simple cameraman. This one.
Clearly so.
He's laughing again.
Easily amused, exactly right. Obviously finds, where he'd be into anything. Comedy Festival, Phil, still on by the way.
I went on Saturday night to the Comedy Festival.
Thanks for telling me.
We saw Kaz, can't remember Kaz's surname, but you'll love it. No, it was great. She was fantastic. Kaz, somebody or other, a little New Zealand woman with short, kind of dyed red hair. The whole hour was just on her anxieties.
Oh, really?
And I've got to tell you, Irene and I sat there through the whole hour thinking, well, we'll see you anxiety and we'll raise you anxiety.
Yeah, I'll bet.
It was great. I love the Comedy Festival. Viewers, if you haven't been...
Do you want to go to something? Can we go to something together?
Well, we could. I think it's almost over. But you go into the city. The city at the moment is just buzzing. There's people everywhere.
Would you want to live anywhere but Melbourne?
Melbourne does festivals incredibly well. I love the CBD. Would you live in the CBD?
No.
I would in a heartbeat.
Well, knock yourself out. Go find a place there. We'll come visit you. Have somewhere to stay on those big Saturday nights out. Philip, let's talk about where we are here. It's called Little Willow. I live just over the fence there, Phil, just around the back.
You used to live over the fence, Gary.
I grew up there, Philip, and we are in my hood here in Willow Street. And this, of course, happens to be owned by Julia and Sasha from the block.
Let's get some block footage up there of them doing their things. Maybe of them having a meltdown on national television.
Let's see them winning all
completely,
the money now.
by the way, manipulated. They are two of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life.
They are the best. And that's what media does, It says, look, we're going to set them up to be squabbling couples. We're going to set this guy, Jason, to be a difficult guy. Jason, he was a great bloke. So, but look, here is some evidence of what we've been able to do together with Julia and Sasha. Here they are making all that money. We've got them here making $600 and something thousand, Philip, on the block. You did a great job with the auction. Jeremy Rosen's awesome sales agent. And now we have got their next project, Philip. So it's not the block, this is real life.
Let's have a look at some footage.
Going sold, ladies and gentlemen.
So that's it. That was a very big, exciting moment, Philip, when, of course, they made all of that money on the block, and they deserved it because they're wonderful ladies.
They did an amazing job there. They should have won it. It was rigged.
Yeah. Oh, no, don't say that. I checked on Channel 9. It was not rigged, but they did very well, Philip. In fact, I think they made just about as much money coming second as maybe the winner did of the block this year. I can't remember. But anyway, it was just extraordinary. But they have created this masterpiece. Now, for those of you that don't know them, of course, They have incredible style and taste. We help them buy this house in Willow Street, Elsternwick, around the time of the block, just after the block, and they have done the most incredible job. But if you're not aware, Jeremy Rosens has interviewed Julia to talk about the home we're in right now, Little Willow. Let's have a look at some footage and see what Julia has to say about this magic creation that's coming up to the market very soon.
For those that watched The Block season 12 in 2016, you will absolutely remember Australia's favourite block couple, Julia and Sasha. And we're joined here today by half of that superb couple, Julia, in their unbelievably, astonishingly amazing, I don't know what other adjectives I can throw at this home that you've produced. It is outstanding. Welcome.
Well, that's an amazing wrap. Thank you. So nice to have you here today in Little Willow.
Little Willow, I love the name.
Little Willow, that's what we call this gorgeous house. So we purchased her at the end of 2016. She was a little rundown Edwardian bordering the Ripponlea estate here in Elsternwick. She did need a big renovation, and that's what we've done here. And
I think you're selling it short, a big renovation.
It's pretty big, so we do call her Little Willow, but a friend of mine came here the other day and she was like, well, she's not so Little Willow because now she's pretty massive and she's pretty impressive.
She's awesome, and I got to say, when you come down this hallway and take you to this back room, which is outstanding, what was the inspo behind this back room?
Look, our philosophy is you can't go wrong with playing with natural light and painting everything white. It's classic, it's contemporary, it's gorgeous, and it suits everyone. You've got a beautiful home that works so wonderfully together. It will not date. Everything here is that perfect blend of classic and contemporary with that real luxe vibe that Sasha and I pride ourselves on. This home is going to look as good in 30 years as it does today. Literally nothing will date, and the appliances are just next level amazing.
The way this living area flows out to this outdoor entertaining, you've got great orientation here and so much light. It's amazing. You could switch all the lights off here and still feel like you're getting a suntan. So let's go through the stats, because that's what people want to know. What have we actually got here in this home?
In this home, we have 4 bedrooms, all large. The master suite is next level amazing. Have 3 bathrooms, all with marble tiles in different shapes. So they all work really beautifully together, but there's something special to see in every space. We also have 2 living rooms. So one is separate. It's one of the original rooms. So we call that the formal living room.
So that's at the front of the home?
That's at the front of the home. And then we've got this gorgeous open plan area with a second living space as well. And we also have a laundry and a mudroom, which is incredible. A mudroom.
Now, for those that don't know what a mudroom is, I'm one of those people, but I'm assuming that's where the kids can sit and take their muddy stuff off without making a mess throughout the house.
Nailed it in one. So our mudroom also has access, direct access outside. So the kids can come back from soccer training, they run down the side of the house, go straight into the mudroom, take off their stinky, dirty gear, and they don't have to drag it through the house. So it's a lifesaver, and it's really cute.
I remember that in your old house we had a really cool Tiffany coloured front door. What's the inspiration behind the one at Little Willow?
Listen, we love front doors, so of course we were going to do something pretty special at Little Willow. She's lilac and we love her. So lilac front door, brass hardware, it is so welcoming, so striking, the first thing that everyone notices and everyone comments on, and it just makes this property so unique and really special.
It's light, it's bright, it's sophisticated, it's luxurious. We could go on and on and on in this video about how great it is. Well done.
Thank you.
I can't wait to show it to the buyers that are out there. We look forward to seeing you here at our opens on the weekends, or you can give me a call for a private appointment. Julia, thanks for joining us again.
Thanks, Jeremy.
And here's to a happy sale.
So, Gary, how much does she just light up for the camera? I've got to tell you, as much as she's a beautiful woman in real life,
she's a wonderful woman.
The camera starts, and it's amazing, isn't it? Because you are completely unphotogenic, and it's interesting. I reckon you look better in real life than you do on camera.
Exactly right. And then there's you. Forget about it.
But she, on the other hand, is beautiful in real life, but she just dazzles in front of the camera. I don't know what is it about it. Is it the
got
skin?
a radiance. I don't know.
Is it the smile?
It's all the above, Phil.
All I can say is
things that you will never understand.
If you think she dazzles on camera, wait until you see this house, Gary, because the house is unbelievable.
So call Jeremy Rosens or check it on our website. We're very excited to be selling for Sasha and Julia. We've got another celebrity that we're selling for not far away from here. We'll talk about that as well.
Yes, Gary, all the celebs are on the GP Express train.
They're all on the train. Get on board if you're a celebrity. We don't care who you are, just come on board.
We're selling something soon for Elton John.
Oh, yeah, we are. Well, he said to keep that quiet.
And Lionel Richie.
Yeah, and the Queen. The Queen as well.
And Meghan Markle.
Yeah, Meghan Markle, well, she's got to sell now. She's going to London. She's going to be married a couple of weeks.
She is.
Another beautiful woman, isn't she?
You know I've been asked to be the best man.
I know that, Phil, but you've got auction commitments, so you can't go waste your time in London. Yeah, don't waste your time. Phil, let's talk a little bit about this weekend's auctions. We've got 5 of them, and they are across the Caulfield Security East area. It's quite focused in this weekend. We start off in Murray Street at 10:30 on Saturday. Why don't you take us through this wonderful apartment, Philip? I'm excited to auction it. And Glenn Bricker says, I can't believe how much action there is here.
Gary, what a brilliant apartment building this is. It's got modern, clean lines. It's so easy to live in this apartment because it's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a secure car space, and once again, that go-to thing that we talk about, which is that fabulous courtyard and undercover alfresco area.
The courtyard's where it's at, Philip, at the moment. People are wanting that outside living area, and you can't blame them. No. We go on to 11:30 to Dandenong Road. Benny Rothschild has been handling this, Jeremy Rosen's auctions.
Gary, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. That's a really good building. We've sold many times in that building, and they always go well. In fact, just about every apartment we ever put up on Dandenong Road, Gary, goes well because people realise you've got everything on your doorstep. You know, just walk out the front door, get on the tram, walk to the Alma Village, go to Chapel Street, High Street, Glenferrie Road. Just a spectacular location.
All of the above. Philip, we're in Hotham Street on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Now, you're off this weekend, but I'm going to be there. Looking forward to seeing that one. Well, actually, I'm not going to be at that one. Jeremy Rosen's auctions that. I've got another 10:30 commitment. But let's talk about this one, Philip. 2355 Hotham Street, St Kilda Reese. Nicky Janover's been handling it.
Another building that goes well. This has got beautiful polished timber floorboards
Big apartment.
in the bedroom. Just stunning.
It's an oversized apartment.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Having said that, you could easily convert this to a 3 bedroom if that was your thing. Just great to get an apartment of such palatial proportions.
Talking about great apartments, there's another one going off, Philip, at 10:30 on Sunday morning. That's 5 at 33 Kooyong Road. Very excited about this one. Take us through it.
Gary, we love this building. It's a premier Caulfield North address. This one, number 33 Kooyong Road. That is a stunning apartment. 2 bedrooms, which could easily, in my opinion, be turned into a 3 bedroom apartment. 2.5 bathrooms, basement car parking for 2 cars. A really exclusive, beautifully maintained building.
Love Anderson Street, Philip, a great spot just off Glenora Road, not far from Hawthorne Road, Philip. This terrific unit goes under the hammer at 11:30. I have the auction honours together with Joel Sir, handling agent.
Gary, you're very lucky because these 1960s, 1970s single-storey villas always go well. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 lock-up garage. This is a great opportunity for first-home buyers to get into the marketplace right in the centre of Caulfield at a fraction of what they'd have to pay for something brand new.
That's a wrap for the weekend's auction, Philip. It's not a very busy one, is it? But
no.
It's that time of year. April is, for some reason, a bit of a quiet month.
May will be a big month, though.
May's going to be a massive month. But I've got to say to you, Philip, there are still great properties that are being auctioned this weekend. Some fantastic opportunities. And some of the stuff we've passed, I just see the value in it. I think there's some great buys out there. So certainly if you're in the market and things are a little bit less vibrant in terms of activity than they have been, that's the time to buy. That's the time you're going to get the great opportunity. So just gravitate towards some of the great auctions we've got. Go there or look at some of the pass-ins because there are some great asking prices and some great value around.
Do you know what? It's the passed-in properties, Gary, that I believe that buyers should just flock to.
Absolutely.
They've been in the market, the vendors are ready to take an offer, and the vendors have pretty much recalculated their reserve. What are you looking at?
What is those glasses? Are they your only glasses or have you got more than one pair of glasses?
I've got about 6 pairs of glasses.
Do you match them to the suits?
Oh, of course.
You do,
I said that this is matching
blue. How many suits are we up to? Come on, how many suits are we up to?
I've actually reduced the numbers in recent times.
Yeah, well, what is the number?
24.
24 suits. That's unbelievable. It's ridiculous, isn't it? You know, I need you to come. I've got suits there from like when I started in real estate that I still got.
You know, I must come over. In fact, we should film a GPTV episode in your walk-in robe.
It's quite embarrassing, actually.
Walk-in robe, the size pretty much of the ground floor of Chadstone, where Gary gets a little space over there, and your wife has more shopping bags in there that have not been opened that are not funny.
We won't talk about that, but what we will talk about, Philip, is the fact that GPTV celebrates 7 years today. So happy birthday! It's been fun, Phil, and another 7 years I think we've got in us. At least it's been a long-running series.
I just can't believe how badly you've aged. That's the thing. It's shocking. It's really quite scary.
It's scary until you look in the mirror yourself. Then the real horror show starts. Look, that's a big wrap on GPT. We are here at Little Willow. Come and have a look at Julie and Sasha's most beautiful creation.
Actually, I would say, even if you're not a buyer, but just a GPTV watcher, come and have a look at this property just to see how professionals can nail a home in terms of everything from the hinges on the doors to the doorknobs on the cupboards.
Of the doors,
It's just incredible. And when I arrived, I was about to knock on the front door, but Julia opened the front door just on that moment. But even the door is the most gorgeous colour of pale mauve.
I like it too. It's a lovely colour. Philip, the last thing I just want to say for viewers is we've got our Bentley opening on Thursday. If you haven't been asked to come, and we've only sent a few invitations out because we just don't know exactly who wants to come. But if you're a GPTV viewer, just send us an email to ideas@garypeer.com.au. It's not too late. We'll have a spot for you. We'll love to see you there on Thursday night. And that's a big wrap.
Come and have a drink with us. Come and celebrate. Thanks for watching. My name's Philip Kingston. Have a fabulous week.
Gary Peer. Bye for now.